With The Rise of Skywalker now just 248 days away and the release of the teaser trailer just a couple of days ago, it still leaves a lot of fans around the world wondering exactly what's going to happen with the characters of Kylo Ren and Rey, as well as all the various cameos making their debut in this movie. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that we do know about J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio is that not only will they be connecting this movie to, of course, the prequels and the originals, but also Star Wars Rebels, the hit animated TV series by Dave Filoni. Now, these past couple of weeks ago, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting, involving, of course, the characters of Rey and Ezra Bridger. Now, specifically, a description of Rey on board of a large Resistance cruiser, where it's described that she is holding what is said to be a Jedi holocron that she retrieved from the Lost City. It's described to be a cube-shaped object that glows in a blue color, and is described to be the holocron of Ezra Bridger. It's said that Rey carries this in her backpack during her travels with Poe and Finn on a certain mission that leads her to a planet in the Outer Rim that holds a key to do with one of the revelations of the Jedi in the film. It's described that the holocron of Ezra was left behind by Ezra in the Lost City, a location full of Jedi and Sith artifacts. Additionally, it's described that the holocron guides her on a specific journey in the film during the second act of the movie, and that holocrons will play a role in the movie. So I want to go over a couple of parts about all of this and as to why I find this to be the best way to really connect Episode 9 to, of course, Star Wars Rebels, and specifically to the character of Ezra Bridger. Now, we do know one thing about JJ is that he's very ambitious about this movie. He is very goal-driven when it comes to this movie, and that's one thing to look forward to seeing in the film, is that you're going to see a lot of these connections to Rebels, to the originals, the prequels, the EU/Legends, which I honestly believe is going to make this movie gravitate towards all Star Wars fans around the world. So, one thing that I do want to go over is the holocron of Ezra Bridger. Now, we do know that in between the events of the originals and the sequels, a lot of things really happened that are currently untold. And thankfully, Jon Favreau, who is actually leading the Mandalorian TV series, will tell a part of all of this. However, in Episode 9, we will also be learning a little bit about the past in between the events of course, the sequels and the originals. And this all has to do with the holocron of Ezra Bridger. Now, this holocron is said to be in the hands of Rey after retrieving it from the Lost City. We've been going over the Lost City for a very long time now. It's a location in Episode 9 that's underneath the surface of a desert world that is also a rocky and snowy world. And on top of the surface of the Lost City lies a village. So that village, we definitely do get to see that in the teaser trailer. You can see a ship going toward it, most likely Rey's parents in the form of a flashback. So, one thing I want to go over about Ezra Bridger is that it's described that the holocron of Ezra was left behind by Ezra in the Lost City very, very long ago. Now, additionally, it's described that the holocron guides Rey on a specific journey in the film during the second act of the movie, and that holocrons will play a role in Episode 9. Now, the fact that holocrons are going to play a role in this movie, could this very well have something to do with Emperor Palpatine's laughter in, of course, the Rise of Skywalker's teaser trailer? Now, the one thing that Episode 9 really does impress me a lot is, of course, how this movie is really going to incorporate a lot of Jedi and Sith lore, but it's also going to have a lot of these big connections to, of course, the prequels, the originals, and even Star Wars Rebels. Now, say what you will about Rebels, some people like it, some people dislike it. I, however, love the series. I think it's great. I think it's a great way to fill in the lore in between the events of certain movies and sagas and trilogies, whatever have you. It's a great way to understand more about what's really going on in the background. So, upon those characters like Ahsoka Tano and Ezra Bridger becoming very popular among many hardcore Star Wars fans, you can only imagine what J.J. Abrams wants to do with this movie that's really going to connect it all together. Now, of course, the main connection to the sequels and the prequels, it seems as though that's all going to be done through Emperor Palpatine, as he was pretty much a highlight of the teaser trailer, with, of course, Ian McDiarmid coming on stage saying, "Roll it again." Now, Ezra Bridger, I want to go over the holocron here. It's described to be in the shape of a cube that glows in a blue color. So this cube, alright, this actual holocron in the shape of a cube, is actually set to guide Rey on a specific mission to a location and/or a planet based within the Outer Rim that holds a key to do with one of the revelations of the Jedi in the movie. So, in case you guys haven't been following, this movie has a lot of revelations, twists, and turns coming our way that's really going to change how we view the Skywalker saga, which may be a good or a bad path by Disney and Lucasfilm. We'll have to wait and see exactly how that's going to be handled by, of course, J.J. Abrams and Chris. So with that being said, guys, let me know what you think about all of this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to morning.